A storm rolls across the open sky, the kind that feels like it's carrying secrets from another time. The air is heavy, the world is quiet, and for a moment it feels like everything is holding its breath. Because something is coming, something powerful, something final. Outlander is returning. And the story is about to pull us deeper than ever before. The wind rushes across the wild Scottish land, moving through the tall grass like a whisper from the past. It feels as if the earth remembers every step Jamie and Claire have taken, every promise they've made, every danger they've faced. The sky hangs low and dark, as if it knows a storm is on the way, one that will change everything the Frasers have fought for. In the distance, thunder rolls like a warning, echoing the battles that shaped their lives and the new ones waiting ahead. The world stands at the edge of great change. War is no longer a shadow, it is a force gathering strength, ready to strike with full fury. And in this moment of rising tension, one truth becomes clear: nothing will stay the same. The love that carried Claire and Jamie across years, across pain, across impossible choices, is about to face its greatest test yet. As the storm grows, the land itself seems to brace for what is coming, as if history is preparing to turn another page. Time feels heavier now. Every second carries meaning. Every step feels like it might lead to a new beginning or a final farewell. Claire's courage, once her quiet armor, now feels like a shield barely holding against the weight of fate. Jamie's strength, forged through loss and war, stands ready, but even he knows that no man can escape the pull of destiny. Their journey has always been shaped by impossible moments, but this time the stakes feel different, sharper, deeper, more dangerous. The crack of distant thunder mixes with the quiet beat of footsteps, steady, determined, unsure. It almost feels as if the past and future are colliding, folding into one moment that refuses to stay still. As the storm clouds gather above, the wind carries the scent of rain and smoke, a reminder of the battles they survived and the ones still waiting just beyond the horizon. It is a moment that feels like the calm before everything breaks open. And yet, in the middle of fear and storm and change, there is a spark, small but unshakable. It is the spark that has always defined the Fraser family: hope. Hope that love can outlast time. Hope that even in war, hearts can find a way to stay together. Hope that no matter how dark the path becomes, courage will light the way. As the first drop of rain hits the ground, a new chapter begins. One built on love, loyalty, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond that has carried them through every storm before. The world around them prepares to shift, and the air fills with the feeling of something massive approaching. Every sound feels sharper. Every breath feels louder. Every heartbeat feels heavier. Because this is not just another season. It is the beginning of the end, a final journey filled with choices that may change the fate of every soul tied to the Fraser name. The storm is here, and Outlander is ready to step into it. The world seems to shift as the storm settles, and the land holds the memory of everything that came before. The echoes of the past still cling to the air, moments of love, loss, fear, and hope that shaped the Fraser family. As we move closer to the next chapter, their story feels heavier, filled with unfinished threads pulling tighter with every step. The past is not gone. It stands right beside the present, reminding us why the road ahead will not be simple. Claire's journey has been one of the most remarkable paths ever walked. She crossed time, faced danger, healed broken bodies, and survived a world that was not her own. But now she carries more than just memories. She carries the weight of every life she has tried to save, every choice that changed the future, and every moment that forced her to stand strong even when fear chased her like a shadow. There is a quiet strength in her that keeps rising, even as the world around her becomes more uncertain. Jamie has fought his whole life, fought for freedom, for family, for love strong enough to survive decades of pain. His heart bears scars from battles he never asked for, but he has always moved forward, step after step. Yet something about this moment feels different. There is a shift in the wind that even he can sense, a feeling that the war ahead will ask more of him than any he has survived before. His loyalty is fierce, but the world is changing fast, and every choice he makes now ripples through time in ways he cannot predict. The Revolutionary War inches closer with every sunrise. What began as whispers and warnings has become a storm of muskets, drums, and marching feet. Lines are being drawn. Alliances are being tested. Lives are being shaped by fear and hope, both fighting for control. The Frasers know that war does not wait for love or peace or promises. It arrives without mercy, swallowing everything in its path. They have lived through one war already. But this is a turning point for an entire nation, and for the family caught in the middle of it. Brianna and Roger walk a different path, one shaped by bridges between two worlds. They carry the strange knowledge of the future and the heavy truth of the past. Their family has been stretched and reshaped by time itself, and even now they face challenges that threaten the safety of their children. Their journey is full of questions that have no easy answers. How far will they go to protect the life they built? How much are they willing to risk for the promise of a peaceful future? But danger is not just found on battlefields or in the roar of cannons. It hides in quiet corners, in secrets buried deep, in people who smile while carrying dark intentions. The land feels unsettled, as if watching carefully, waiting for the moment everything will shift. Friendships will be tested. Trust will be questioned. And the family that has survived so much will once again stand at the edge of choices that could break them or bind them tighter than ever before. Still, through all the rising tension, one truth remains. The Fraser legacy is built on courage. It is built on love that refuses to fade. It is built on the belief that no storm lasts forever, not even one born from war. As the world prepares to change, the Frasers brace themselves, carrying memories of their past as armor for what comes next. Time is moving. The storm is rising. And the next chapter of their story promises to be the most powerful one yet. If you want, I can continue with Section 3 for 1,000 characters. Even more dramatic and unique. You said. Start with Section 3 more unique for 1,000 character. Chat said. Section 3 character spotlights for 1,000 characters. Unique, easy. Paragraph style. The storm in the distance grows stronger, and with it, the lives of the characters begin to feel as if they are standing beneath a sky ready to split open. Each of them carries their own battles, their own secrets, and their own hopes, all woven together into the tapestry of the Fraser family. As the world moves toward chaos, their individual paths become clearer, revealing what they fear, what they fight for, and what they are willing to lose. This chapter of their lives is not just shaped by war, it is shaped by the hearts beating inside each of them. Claire stands at the center of it all, steady like a flame refusing to go out. Her hands have healed countless wounds, yet her own heart carries marks that can never fully disappear. She has seen death come and go, she has saved lives others believed lost, and she has held onto love in a world determined to tear it from her. But now, as danger thickens around her, Claire feels a quiet shift inside herself. She knows that healing others may not be enough this time. She may have to protect her family in ways that go beyond medicine or courage. The weight on her shoulders grows heavier, yet she stands tall, ready to face whatever waits in the shadows. Jamie, on the other hand, walks a path marked by duty and struggle. His strength has always come from his heart, loyal, fierce, unbreakable. But the world he once knew is changing faster than he ever imagined. War calls him again, and he feels its pull like a cold hand on his back. He has fought battles before, but this war is different. It threatens not only his body, but the very soul of the world he wants to leave behind for the ones he loves. He knows sacrifice too well, and fear creeps in quietly. How many more sacrifices will this war demand of him? Yet even in fear, there is fire in him, a fire that refuses to yield. Far from the battlefield, Brianna carries a different kind of strength. Her mind is sharp, her heart is brave, and her memories of the future haunt her with warnings she cannot ignore. She stands at the edge of two worlds, trying to protect her children from dangers they cannot see coming. Every decision she makes now feels like a line drawn in the sand. She wants safety, peace, stability. Yet she knows life rarely grants such gifts freely. The fire inside her is the same fire her parents carried before her, bold, bright, unstoppable. But even fire must face storms, and Brianna's storm is approaching fast. Roger, with his calm voice and steady presence, feels the weight of responsibility growing heavier each day. He has crossed time not for adventure, but for family. He has survived the impossible, yet he knows the future is never guaranteed. As threats loom closer, he must choose whether to stand his ground or step into danger to protect the ones he loves. His courage does not roar like Jamie's or flare like Brianna's. It is quieter, deeper, rooted in faith and love. But even gentle strength is tested in a world like this. And then there is young Ian, shaped by two cultures and torn between two identities. His heart belongs to the land, to family, to honor, but he carries scars from choices no one his age should have faced. He stands ready to defend those he loves, even when his own spirit feels worn. His loyalty is powerful, but the road ahead will test him in ways he never expected. He may be young, but the weight he carries is heavy, and the future demands more of him than ever before. Together, these characters stand on the edge of a world about to change forever. Their stories intertwine like threads pulled tight by fate. Each of them carries something precious: love, hope, strength, or pain, and as the storm draws closer, their paths begin to merge toward one final turning point. The choices they make now will decide not only their futures, but the legacy that will echo through time. The winds shift once more, carrying with them a whisper of what is coming. And for the Frasers, the most important battles are still ahead. The air grows heavier as the days move forward, as if the land itself senses a danger it cannot fully name. There is a feeling that something unseen is watching, waiting, preparing to strike at the moment when hearts are most vulnerable. The world around the Frasers has always carried danger, but now the danger feels sharper, colder, almost alive. New enemies rise from the shadows, some familiar, some unknown, all carrying the power to break the fragile peace the family has fought to build. Every step the Frasers take pulls them closer to a line that cannot be UNCROS as war creeps into every corner of their lives, not with a sudden roar but with a slow, steady tightening of the world around them. Meetings whispered in barns, papers passed between hands in the dark, and soldiers moving through towns with tense eyes. All of it signals a storm preparing to hit with full force. Guns are being cleaned, horses readied, families pressured to choose sides they never wished to take. The Revolutionary War is no longer a distant rumor. It is the heartbeat of the land, shaping every choice people make and every path they dare to walk. And in the middle of it all, the Frasers find themselves once again standing at the border of conflict that will demand everything from them. But war is not the only threat. Behind polite smiles and calm voices hide people whose intentions twist like tangled roots. Betrayal moves quietly, like a shadow slipping through cracks in the night. There are those who envy the strength of the Frasers, those who fear their influence, and those who see chaos as an opportunity to rise. These silent enemies wear friendly faces, making it impossible to know who can be trusted. A simple conversation can shift the future. A wrong alliance can turn deadly. And Claire and Jamie feel the pressure building, the sense that a single mistake could collapse everything they have built. Even nature seems restless. Storms arrive faster. Winds carry strange warnings. Nights feel colder, longer, touched by the kind of quiet that makes the skin tighten. It is as if the earth remembers the battles of the past and knows new ones are coming. Jamie senses it in his bones, the old instinct that danger is near. Claire feels it in the stillness around her, the way the world pauses before something breaks. Their connection to the land has always guided them, and now that connection whispers one message: prepare. The rising tension stretches across every member of the family. Brianna watches her children with protective eyes, worried that the world outside is changing faster than she can guard them from. Roger feels the pressure of decisions he never wanted to face, choices that could tear their family apart or draw them closer. Young Ian senses threats others cannot see, his instincts sharpened by the life he lived among the Mohawk. Each of them carries a piece of the storm growing around them. And together those pieces form a picture that grows clearer with every passing day. And yet, in all this fear, a powerful truth remains. The Frasers do not run. They have survived betrayal, war, heartbreak, and time itself. Every challenge has only made their bond stronger, their fire brighter. But this new chapter feels different. The stakes are higher. The enemies are smarter. The danger is more unpredictable. This time, the threat is not a single man or a single battle. It is a world changing at its core, pushing them toward a crossroads where every choice carries cost. That as the conflict rises, the Frasers stand ready, even if their hearts tremble beneath the weight of what is coming. The world prepares to break open, and the storm that has followed them for years begins to gather in full force at their doorstep. But they face it the way they always have, together, steady and unbroken, even when the darkness around them grows deeper than ever before. And somewhere in that darkness, a spark waits to ignite the final chapter of their journey. A strange calm settles over the land, the kind that feels too gentle to trust. It is the quiet moment before everything changes, when the heart senses what the eyes cannot yet see. In this stillness, emotions rise like hidden tides, carrying memories and fears and distant hopes to the surface. Each member of the Fraser family begins to feel the weight of what lies ahead, not through battles or threats, but through the small moments, the ones that stay long after words fade. These moments, soft and fragile, reveal the truth of what they stand to lose and what they refuse to let go of. Claire feels it first. She sits alone for just a breath, her fingers brushing over objects that remind her of all the lives she has touched. A simple tool, a folded letter, a ring that has traveled through time itself. These small pieces of her past seem to glow in the dim light, carrying stories of healing, survival, and love. She realizes that every moment she shared with Jamie, every laugh, every wound, every whispered promise, they were not small. They were the heartbeat of her life. And now, as the world around her trembles, she holds on to these memories like anchors in a rising storm. Jamie, too, feels the shift inside him. He stands beneath an open sky, looking at the land he has fought for all his life. The wind touches his face like an old friend, carrying the scent of earth, smoke, and distant rain. He remembers the fields he ran across as a boy, the battles he survived, the losses that carved deep lines into his soul. But it is the memory of Claire's touch, soft and steady, that steadies him now. He knows the road ahead will demand strength, but strength alone will not save them. It is love, quiet, fierce, unbreakable, that will guide him through whatever darkness waits. Brianna feels the storm in a different way. She watches her children laugh, unaware of the danger creeping closer. Their small hands, their bright eyes, their innocent voices, these are the pieces of her heart she would burn the world to protect. And yet, she knows she cannot shield them from everything. Time is unpredictable, fate is stubborn, and danger often arrives without warning. She holds her children close for just a moment longer, letting the warmth of their presence remind her why she must be brave. Even when fear grips her like a cold hand. Roger carries his emotions quietly, tucked deep within the steady rhythm of his thoughts. He thinks of the journeys they've taken, the sacrifices they've made, the wounds that still ache but no longer bleed. He thinks of the future he hopes to give his family, the kind of future that often feels just out of reach. There are moments when he closes his eyes and lets silence speak to him, reminding him that courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to move forward in spite of it. And as he stands beside Brianna, he knows they will face the coming storm together, no matter the cost. Even young Ian finds himself overwhelmed by emotions he rarely shows. His memories are a mix of two worlds, his Scottish blood and his life among the Mohawk. He carries stories in his heart that only he can understand. Stories of love gained and lost, of families chosen and families left behind. As he walks through the quiet forest, he feels the trees whisper their old wisdom. They remind him that every warrior faces moments of doubt, but a true warrior listens to the voice inside that refuses to break. Ian knows that voice well, and he holds onto it as the world grows darker around him. Symbols begin to appear everywhere, like silent messages from fate. A candle burning lower than usual, a feather drifting across the ground, a single drop of rain landing on a letter. These simple images carry deep meaning reminders that time is fragile, love is powerful, and life changes in the smallest moments. Even the flicker of firelight on the walls feels heavy with meaning, as if the world is trying to warn them that their greatest test is near. But through all these emotional waves, fear, love, hope, sorrow, and truth shines brighter than the rest. The Frasers have survived storms before. Their hearts have endured pain deeper than most could bear. And now, as the storm gathers once more, their emotions become their strength. Every memory fuels their courage. Every tear sharpens their will. Every heartbeat connects them to each other in ways that war cannot destroy. The air grows still again, but this time it feels different. It feels like the world is waiting for them to step forward, to claim the next chapter of their story. And though their hearts are heavy, they do not tremble. They rise because love has always been stronger than the darkness around them.